Intra-workout nutrition has always been my favorite timing of supplements. Outside of fixing deficits of vitamins and minerals, I think that it's pushed my performance the most out of any other timing of supplements. Now, CORE launched their Intra last year with their huge push with all the different SKUs of 2020, but they're reformulating their Intra and dropping it today, March 1st, 2021, with a couple small changes we're going to cover today. CORE seems to formulate very similar to how I think. They are simple, to the point, but also powerful when needed. Intra-workout nutrition doesn't need to be overthought. There doesn't need to be a ton of extra ingredients in there, but there are a few core things, unintended, that can seriously boost performance and help your training get to the next level. CORE has done that really well right here with Intra. So, the original Intra, so we can break this down into a few main categories. We've got the carbohydrates, we've got the EAAs, and we've got other nutrients that are of different categories to help with your performance. Today, I'm going to talk about what each category does, what things changed, and what you can expect to get out of CORE Intra. Off the actual active ingredients, up at the top, the vitamins and minerals section, potassium, sodium, and magnesium. These are super important nutrients to get around your day. You should be salting your meals. You should be getting potassium in through like spinach, stuff like that. Magnesium is super underrated for athletes. These are going to help with a variety of different things, heart health, hydration, all sorts of stuff. But at a very base level, intra-workout, they're important because without these electrolytes, your muscles can't contract. If your muscles aren't contracting, you definitely are not achieving the hypertrophy that you want to get those arms like Doug Miller's. So potassium chloride, sodium chloride, and magnesium oxide are all going to provide electrolytes that are super necessary for your workout. They're not at huge dosages here, 100 milligrams of potassium, 100 milligrams of sodium, 126 milligrams of magnesium. But to be fair, any more than this potassium, and you'd have a very not fun time in the bathroom. This is like right where I like my potassium, but you start going up from there and it gets uncomfortable. Sodium, you should be salting all your meals. This is a big thing I've talked about for a couple years now. People are really big on their pre-workout sodium consumption, and I'm no different. During the summer, I especially add them in when I'm going to be sweating, but it shouldn't be the only time you're getting in large amounts of sodium. You should be salting every single meal. Give a couple spins of that pink Himalayan shaker thing that you guys all love to carry around with you. Get your potassium from some spinach around the day. And magnesium is just super important for performance overall. Do not neglect the magnesium. Moving into the actives though, where the fun really starts is this performance carbohydrate blend up top, cluster dextrin and dextrose. Now previously there were three sources in here, cluster dextrin, ribose, and dextrose. Now, ribose is super important for ATP production, but because it's a reducing sugar, Doug explained to me that it actually was mixing with these amino acids and creating a brown color. It was also clumping up a lot, and that's just not up to the quality that CORE wants to put forward. Clumping is definitely something that a lot of people are used to in the industry, but if we can avoid it, we'd like to. So CORE decided that they were going to take that ingredient out. They upped the cyclic dextrin instead of the dextrose, which I think was a good idea here, because cyclic dextrin is like, it's like the GOAT of carbohydrates, but it is a little bit expensive. So having that dextrose alongside it's cool because it gives you that really fast acting sugar, but not giving you too much of an insulin spike. Obviously, we know that things like dextrose cause a blood sugar drop. It gets all wonky on you during your workout. You don't want too much of that. The fast acting is nice, but too much of it and it kicks your body into a roller coaster of blood sugar that you don't want during your training period. The other nice thing about cyclic dextrin is it does not pull a lot of blood in order to digest. It has a very fast gastric emptying rate, which is nice because of all these other ingredients here that you want to get in quick. It's going to leave the stomach quickly, so you're not getting all this blood pulled there. It's going to cause issues for your training. It's going to bog you down. down, make you tired. It's going to slowly digest through the intestines, where you're going to get a slow trickle feed of carbohydrates. And that's what we're really looking for here. When you start moving into the next two areas here, I would really lump them all together. EAAs as a whole, you got 10 grams of EAAs. Now, essential amino acids are amino acids that your body does not create on their own. When your body takes in nutrients from the environment, it can create a certain amount of amino acids, which would be considered non-essential amino acids. But these essential amino acids your body is not able to create on its own. So these are super important because your body needs them to build muscle, right? The first three here, BCAAs, are at a 2-to-1 ratio, which is a very scientifically backed ratio. There are other ones out there, 5-to-1, 8-to-1, 10-to-1. Leucine's really cheap, so it's easy to make a big ratio of them. There are reasonings for other ones, but I'm a big fan of this 2-to-1. You got 3.5 grams of leucine, which is going to turn on muscle protein synthesis. Isoleucine and valine support glycogen production. They're really important alongside leucine, and that's really where it kick-starts the recovery period. I like to use the analogy that BCAAs are the workers being sent to the job site of a construction site, but the other EAAs, the 6 other ones, are the brick and mortar they bring with them to utilize to create muscle. You can send those guys in and they can punch their time cards, but unless they have that brick and mortar, they're not making anything, right? So you got 10 grams total of here, which is a whopping dose. Other intra workouts do not always get close to this. We consider CORE to be the upper echelon of brands in here. There are other high quality brands that do similar things, but CORE is always at that top level. Super happy with these dosages here. They didn't leave out any of these essential amino acids. Some of them don't taste all that great. Methionine is one of them. They kept 75 milligrams in here. Other companies will drop out tryptophan because it's expensive, and they'll say that it makes you sleepy because that's what's in turkey. That's not really what happens. So we're super happy they kept with these dosages. These are going to be nice for recovery. Moving into beta-alanine, they put in 3.2 grams of beta-alanine here. And this is what's kind of cool about this intra-workout product, is that between the carbohydrates, the essential amino acids, and these 2 of these ingredients, even maybe 3 of these ingredients in here, if you didn't even use a pre-workout, you'd still have a really great source of nutrition here. Beta-alanine is super important for buffering acid in the body. When you are training, it's going to help adding on reps to your sets and adding endurance and work capacity. Now, we know that hypertrophy is driven through progressive overload over time. We need to be training heavy and training either a longer set, more volume, or more intensity over time. We need to be progressing our training over time. And things like beta-alanine, which are ergogenic aids, are going to help us to train harder over time. Beta-alanine is not something you're going to receive an acute benefit from right in the moment. It's over time. You build blood saturation over it. I think around 178 grams over a short amount of time is about where you reach blood saturation. You really start to receive the benefits of it. This is just something that you take and you forget about. It will make you tingle during workout. It will give you this paresthesia feeling where it feels like you're kind of itchy, but that's not the benefit from it. It's just kind of a side effect of using it. Moving into glycericides, they got 2 grams of this stabilized glycerol powder here. This is a 65% glycerol powder. Glycericides is a cool ingredient that we've seen over the years. It sometimes can be why you see some products clump up, but we don't see CORE's products with glycericides clump up too much. They do a pretty good job of adding in stabilizers and excipients to make sure that doesn't happen. Glycerol helps a lot out with hydration of the muscle. Now, we know that muscles have a lot of water in them. Between the electrolytes and the glycerol, this can help out a lot with giving you like a bit of a water pump. Now, it's not a real like blood flow pump, but it's going to help shuttling water into the muscles so that they swell up, they feel a little bigger, and obviously it's safer for training when you're more hydrated. But they give you like this pump feeling, which is really cool and really helpful for your training. Who doesn't love an even bigger pump? Last ingredient here, we have elevATP, which is an Asian pear and apple fruit extract. We got 150 milligrams of it here. And there was a study at 150 milligrams that showed that it increased ATP intracellularly in red blood cells. Now, that's the exact dose that we have in here, so that's pretty cool that they're using the clinical dosage. We expect nothing less than that from CORE. But what's nice about this is that it increases ATP production without using any stimulants. So you can get ATP, which is the main source of energy for your cells, without using any stims. So even if you're just using CORE Pump, just to drive blood flow in the gym, you're going to get a boost of cellular energy to your muscles, which are going to give you, again, more work capacity, more strength, better training, without adding in any stimulants if you are not interested in that kind of thing. CORE Intra is a really cool product that you can use intra-workout. You get 25 servings here, so it should last you a month if you're only interested in 25 grams of carbs. I personally like to add a little bit extra carbohydrates to it just because my macros are a little bit higher, but 25 grams of carbs is a nice spot where it doesn't pigeonhole you too hard in that, smaller folks with lower macros aren't going to be able to utilize it. 25 grams of carbs intra-workout, I think that everyone should be able to fit that in and utilize it. You shouldn't be afraid of carbs. They're going to drive your performance. They're super helpful for athletic endeavors. Don't be afraid of the carbohydrate. CORE Intra launches today. You can grab it on their site. I think Natural Body also has it. If you go over to our site, we have a full list of everywhere you can get CORE products. We monitor for you so you can find the best deal. There's also is a PricePlow coupon on the CORE site as well as some other sites around. They come in a pineapple peach and a lemon lime flavor. I like the lemon lime flavor because I just am a classic Gatorade yellow guy. Pineapple peach you can't go wrong with. We love that sweet stuff intra-workout. When you are sweating, when you are dehydrated and just feeling like you can't make it one more set, this kind of sweet stuff really helps out during my workout, at least on leg day. Now, I do have to say, we got these products for free. We do have a business affiliate relationship with CORE, and we are big fans of these guys. They had an incredible 2020. They brought a lot of really cool stuff. Great vegan protein flavors, great protein flavors overall. They really pushed the market with their Fury pre-workout last year, which I just could not get enough of. Flew through that bottle, was a huge fan of it. Their post, I mean, it's funny. Their intra-workout I'm talking about today, but their post-workout is like my favorite post-workout of all time. I can never drink enough of that stuff. Cannot say enough good things about CORE. They're doing great stuff for the industry. They kind of came out of nowhere last year with their big rebrand and just started killing it. And we're excited to see what they do in 2021. We also know they're going to be bringing some stuff to America Labs very soon. We're a little bit biased for them because they do cool stuff and they are a good, transparent company that we're fans of. Their protein's even transparent in some cases, but I'll stop rambling about how much we love CORE. I really appreciate making this far in the video. I know these videos are a little bit more science intensive, but I think that you guys enjoy that. If you have any questions about the product, leave them below. I love to check the comments and talk about either this product, the brand, the guys there, anything of that nature. I really appreciate making this far in the video. And as always, guys, have a great day.
Welcome to PricePlow.